MDMA, methylene dioxymethamphetamine. This potent drug is an empathogenic drug, which means that when taking the drug, it produces emotional effects. These drugs can act upon the central nervous system, which therefore alter emotions and increase the heart rate. MDMA is a stimulant. MDMA is a derivative of amphetamine, which means that it comes from the same chemical family as ice and speed. You might not know the name from its lab name, but you've definitely heard of the drug before. MDMA can also be known as X, E, Molly, Mandy, Skittles, Love Drug, Atom, and Vitamin E, but most importantly, ecstasy. Ecstasy is a mixture of any amphetamine, normally MDMA, but not always, and drug enlargers. Now these enlargers can range anywhere from crushed glass to bleach and can be very dangerous to the user taking it.
The average price of an ecstasy tablet containing MDMA is anywhere from $30 to $60.
Remember this, MDMA is always ecstasy, but ecstasy is not always MDMA.
It was first introduced in the party scene as a party starter drug. It induces euphoria, a sense of intimacy with others, and a diminished sense of anxiety. It is MDMA's ability to give dancers enough energy to stay up all night while feeling emotionally close to those around them that makes it a party starter. MDMA is most commonly taken in the form of a small pill. It is about the size of your middle fingernail. They can be many colours and have many symbols etched on them. MDMA also comes in a powdered form called Molly. But how do you take it? Any form of MDMA can be administered in many ways. It is most commonly swallowed through the mouth. However, due to availability, a powdered form can also be snorted like cocaine. Police confiscation of this form has increased 12.5 times over the last 2 years. In short, you can swallow, inject and snort MDMA in order to feel the high, making it a drug that is both hard to detect and dangerous to its users.
Short-term effects. USNoDrugs.com defines short-term effects as the acute effects of a drug felt during and shortly after the time a person is under the influence of the drug.
Increased blood pressure and pulse rate acts on the central nervous system, which sends false messages to the brain. Appetite suppression can cause anorexia and problematic eating habits. Muscle tension, the involuntary tension of certain muscles. Impaired judgment, a common effect from many drugs that seems to take over the common sense of the user. Sleep problems, it keeps the user alert and abnormally upbeat for up to 12 hours. The drug ecstasy, containing the core drug MDMA, has had an increasing use over the past decade. Only 1.1% of Australia's 14 and over population had used ecstasy in 2002.
But in 2012, it grew to a large 5.6%. This is an increase of 4.5%, which is problematic for Australia's drug use future.
Long-term effects. Australian Drug Information Network defines long-term effects as the effects seen when a drug is repeatedly used over weeks, months, or years. These effects may outlast the use of the drug.
Permanent brain damage affecting thought and memory can be due to an abuse of MDMA. Depression and anxiety, a high contrasted with a low, increases the chance of depression. Kidney failure. MDMA dampens the nervous system's sense of temperature control and is very easy to become overheated. Psychosis. MDMA's hallucinogenic aspect means that the drug affects brain nerve endings and can cause brain damage. And finally, death.